Hello, everybody. Woo! Woo! This is Crisis 169 coming to you live. Now I have a green light saying I'm on, so thank you for watching my video. Thank you for being on my live stream. I have a light on to show me it's green, so it means I have something I can't tell if I have something on or not. I don't know if I'm even broadcasting, even though a light says on and it shows it's on here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know for sure. But I'm going to go wing it and see what happens here. Okay, now GameStop has laid off 50 DMs, district managers, and 6 regional managers. Um, that being said, though, what is to make of this? Is this company restructuring and going out of business? What is the fact of it? Um, what's the gist of it? What does this mean for GameStop? Um, what does it mean for GameStop, and what does it mean for people who shop? Um, it probably means a lot to a lot of people. Means a lot to a lot of people. Sorry, guys. You know or not. Means a lot of people because a lot of people lost their jobs and GameStop themselves going out of business. And everybody knows this. Okay, everybody knows. Sorry, test the mic, make sure it makes sound. So I'm getting rid of sound. Sorry, guys. But it does show that GameStop is going out of business. I don't care who you work for. I don't care what you believe. I don't care what company you think you've been in for 20, 30 years. When a company starts slashing DMs, it only keeps about 4 or 5 of them, maybe 6 of them, and maybe less than that. They probably kept maybe the ones in better areas, and they're putting one regional manager in each area. Like one person will have California plus like 4 or 5 more states. Um, New York probably has pretty simple. The Midwest, from Tennessee area, Ohio, the Ohio area, the Ohio Valley, the Midwest. Many, many different people have different outlooks on it. What does that mean, though, actually? It means that a lot of people, that means if you're a new district manager who kept his job, I didn't, but if you're a regional manager who kept his job, now you got to drive around different states, fly around different states, visit every area in probably a section to make sure every store leader and assistant store leaders are doing their jobs. Um, if they even care about the job they're doing anymore now. Not being very truthful. It's hard to understand that they're getting rid of certain people, but the Camelot's very happy because the company HR lost his job, and he's very happy about that. Camelot, Camelot was almost giddy on the video he made. I don't understand how that makes sense. I don't care. It's not my business. But I would be happy about someone losing a job, even if they cost me a job or the reason why my friend got fired or whatever. I still wouldn't be happy because it's rough. And everybody has rules of it's business. It's name the game is business. Nothing else but business. Nothing else there but business. Okay, it's not. It's not anything but business. That's all it is. Meaning that there is no such thing as, tomorrow in the law of business and the rules of business because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You have to live for today. I mean, sorry, you have to live for the moment. You have to be for the moment. And retail has to change so fast because opinions do. I worked in retail for a long time before going to supply chain, and it's like every couple months, it's like getting ready for something else. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, Halloween, Labor Day. You never have a moment to rest. You can't rest. And GameStop company itself is going down the drain. And the reason why it's going down the drain, I'll give you about 3 to 5 reasons why. First off, biggest thing is that their used games are no longer really relevant anymore. You can go on Xbox Live Marketplace, PlayStation Store, or Amazon and get games cheaper. Sometimes 40% cheaper, and sometimes 80% cheaper. Really cheap games. Game Pass, PlayStation Now kind of fits in it, but not really 100%. The Game Pass is a prime example of what happens when you can pay $60 for 6 months. In my case, I bought one for $1 1 month, and I went out and bought a $60 6 month cards. I got 7 months of Game Pass. That hurts them too. See, and they sell Game Pass. They're selling a digital service, like with the rest of them, like with the um, PC stuff with Steam. You go to GameStop and buy Steam cards right now. You can buy every game you want on Steam and not even have to worry about going to a GameStop. You can buy every game you want on PlayStation Network or Xbox Live, Nintendo Switch, and never ever step foot into a GameStop again. And people know that, and GameStop understands that, and GameStop is finally getting that, but I think it's too little, too late for them. I think they're finally understanding that they cannot compete with Amazon, Xbox Live Marketplace, PlayStation Store, Nintendo Store, because it's too big and too powerful. And they hemorrhaged 600 million back in 2018. They fired all these people and probably got 25 million out of it all. Not really much money. 25 million, it's a lot of money to me, you, and everybody else out there. But to a company, they hemorrhaged 600 million now. It's like a drop in the bucket, teaching like a drop in the bucket. It just doesn't matter. It's like you trying to go to a swimming pool and take the water out of the swimming pool. Well, that's good and fun. You do that a lot. People do that, but you're using a cup. That's what GameStop just did when they fired all these people, all these DM district managers and regional managers. About 60 of the regional managers, 50 of the district managers. So they pretty much trying to keep their ship from sinking by giving everybody else a cup and saying, "Here, throw overboard, throw the water overboard." The water's coming in faster than they're taking it out. Now they plug a couple pumps on it and pump the water out. Now pump the water with some automatic pumps. They could save, like maybe cut down on overhead by closing down some stores that are not performing well. Storm the high crime areas, high shrink area stores. But then again, you'll lose people's jobs. And that's like I said, that's the nature of the beast. Retail is not a place of fairy tales and happiness. You will have stores closed down. You will have people lose their job. That's just the way it is. You don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. But that's just it's a prime example of what happens when people in GameStop corporate office think it's a good idea to fire people. And Camelot was saying how he got information from the girl, not the girl that they fired, but other people around the country. I don't know why Camelot has a blood fetish vendetta with these people, but he hates GameStop tremendously, and I don't understand it. I worked at Roll King, worked at Hollywood Video, and I had a good time at both companies. Hollywood Video didn't treat me like crap. Gave me 4 hours a week, 2 hours, 2 days a week, and that was it. First job I ever had. They treated me like garbage. I worked 6 months and I quit, went somewhere else. Did I care? No. Did I go on and go and have YouTube back then? Did I go on videos and post videos or go on TV or radio and pretty much humiliate them? No. Because I didn't have time to, and I didn't care. Got a new job making money at Roll King. Worked there for 3.5 years and went to the company I'm at now. Been there for 15 years coming February. But that's me. I have a problem with a job. I change jobs, change positions, change areas, or I change companies. Um, People of GameStop, if you're listening to my video, watching it all, once again, appreciate you watching it and to hang in there. But maybe it's time to start beefing up your resume. If you ain't got one, maybe it's time to ask somebody to help you make a resume and start passing around different retailers. Because I doubt the GameStop will be around when the consoles release and the new ones do. I'll think there'll probably some store to be shut down by then. I predict the GameStop will probably start shutting down stores probably within the next 6 to 18 months. They'll start considering it, probably in 6 months. Then really hammer it home with the overallness. They have to get rid of undesirable stores that making money, and they'll probably save another 5, 10 million there. But they're still sinking. They hit the iceberg. The iceberg was the was the advent of these new consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox. And with that came to all digital sales. And number two, why GameStop is failing is the customer service is terrible. Now, the ones I go to are decent somewhat, but what really bugs me is when you go in there and they're asking you 10,000 times, do you want a power up board card? Like, no, leave me alone. Punch them in the face. Well, buy my game, get out. They try to say everything. When you send a warranty this, send a warranty this, send a warranty that, well, pre-order that. I know they're wound up by the manager and they go, they're like little wind up toys. They have to keep saying the crap. They pull the string. They gotta say, do you want this? Do you want $5? Do you want to get this card? You save, you say you get a $5 a month certificate, but also 10% on used games. You want to use it right now, you know, and that's not a bad thing. 10% off a game plus $5. The best thing I guarantee you, GameStop will get rid of this $5 deal soon. $5 credit or certificate you'll get every month. They'll get rid of that. I guarantee you soon. Um, but be that as it may, does it affect? Who does it affect really? Well, it affects employees first of all. Customers actually who've been going to your store a long time. They go to Walmart and get a better experience. Walmart kid there don't care. Walmart kid is there to make his 7, 8, 9, $10 an hour and get out of there 5 hours a day. He's working 25, 30 hours a week. He doesn't care. He goes home and plays, I don't know, Pac-Man or Space Invaders, or goes too old for these kids nowadays. Probably plays, Breath of the Wild or Halo or whatever, and that's fine. He's there to get your game and get out of the way so he can go home. So you're in and out with that person. Go to GameStop, they ask you to buy a thing, including the farm, because that's what their job is. Jobs are that. The jobs are that. That being said, though, number three, GameStop is just like I said, they're not competitive. Like the top in the first one, prices of used games. You can sell used games you want. Well, it's $5 cheaper, 54, 99, 95. Yeah, add taxes about $60. Depending on the same amount of money as you already buy a brand new. And you buy a brand new, they get maybe 20, $25 from it, and the rest goes to the developer. You buy it used, you're giving GameStop 100% of that sale. And that's why GameStop always try to push used games. Used game commercial. They play good as new ones. Yes, but you don't get the DLC with it. What comes with it unless you buy it on the store. What console or PC you're using. Console or PC you're using. So that's number three there. And number four reason why the GameStop is one of prices. It's just the morale is dead in the company. People don't care. Employees, like this goes with customer service. Employees don't care. They're there for paycheck. They don't want to be enamored by some jackass person saying you gotta sell all these things. They know. Leave them alone. GameStop can't do that. GameStop got 30 fought around and stuff until they finally now they're facing practically bankruptcy practically. They couldn't find a buyer. They couldn't find anything other than just more broken dreams. I guarantee you, those corporate executives got golden parachutes that when the financial crumbles of GameStop, they're bailing out one by one, and they're going to ride the golden parachute down to the retirement home, the yachts in Florida, and be drinking margarita while everybody in GameStop who's working, working scruffy, going to be just trying to eat, trying to survive on canned beans and tuna fish because they have no way of paying it because they don't have a $25 million golden parachute they can pull out. Um, and that's one thing that bugs me about companies like that. Um, the fifth one and the biggest one I think why GameStop is going down is GameStop is trying to be a hot topic, trying to sell a bunch of crap that nobody cares about. I don't go into GameStop to buy little pogs. I don't go to GameStop to go buy little buttons. I don't go to GameStop to buy a T-shirt or a figurine or some stupid crap like that. I can go to I can go to Walmart and buy a wrestling figurine if I want one. I don't want them. But I love wrestling though. There's classic ones, like the old classic wrestlers. Yeah, I'm gonna pick one up. But I don't have time for that garbage. And GameStop is, they just don't get it. They had a cell phone company. They had a Cricket thing. I bought my phone from Cricket at the store. Uh, the Cricket lady was there. She was hired by GameStop to sell Cricket phones. And once I got a phone, that was fine. And then they switched over and got rid of GameStop and Cricket together. I thought it was pretty cool because Cricket was a good phone company somewhat. And working at GameStop helped them get some people in the door. But that fell through. And they bought their own cell phone company, and that fell through. And they tried to find a buyer, and that fell through. And it really, GameStop had done everything wrong for the last 5 years. The advent of these new consoles, advent of D&D, digital distribution, it's really hard to me to say GameStop will be around for another 18 months. I could be wrong. It could be 2 years and they finally go down, but I guarantee you some stores will be closing with that situation. I doubt that GameStop will be letting everybody have a sing kumbaya and have a great moment. They got rid of 56 individuals, and they're probably going to get rid of probably some store leaders or maybe some management teams and hire some key holder as a manager or whatever nonsense. That person, $2,000-3,000 less. Do the same job they paid this person 35,000. I'll pay you 30,000 to do it. Essentially, you're still making 30 grand, but I'm saving 30. I'm saving $5,000 per manager. Essentially, and I'll give you a $250 raise every 2 years or whatever. To help make you may make 33,000 maybe, but you'd be stuck there. You won't make $35,000-40,000 anymore, or maybe being paying them 29,000, 28, 29,000. So essentially, they're paying people a lot less money. No, they can get rid of all the old store leaders and get new ones in there who don't care, want a job, pay them 25 to 30 grand a year, and call them store leaders and give them the same job that people had who were making 35, 40 grand a year. That's why GameStop is going out of business, folks. Is that store leaders are being whipped and treated like damn freaking field hands, and they don't care. Employees are getting mad because they're getting dumped on all this work. They want to come in and sell games. You don't come in there to sell games. You come in to do anything else but sell games. I've seen friends told me who worked there, but they went on to better different jobs or still there or whatever. But the point I make it, guys, and in closing here, about a minute or two, I'm gonna close here in a minute or two. The best thing that can happen to GameStop is if Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, or even Apple decide to buy the company. If one of them buys, say Apple buys the company by mistake. Sorry. Let's say Apple buys GameStop out and changes all the stores to Apple stores. Hey, you have two of them in Clarksville, Tennessee. There's one over in the Oak Grove or the Oaks Mall, Twin Mall, Rich Mall. They have one there. I think they have one at Opry Mills. Microsoft store, I think they have one at the Oak Twins Mall in Nashville, but they don't have one in Clarksville anywhere. They have two GameStops here in Clarksville. They can close one down or make them both Microsoft stores. There'd be smaller ones compared to the ones that I went to in Nashville, but that's a good idea too, though. And have a Nintendo buying them out and turn all those stores into Nintendo stores. You buy all Nintendo products. Nintendo this, Nintendo help desk. Go in there. Oh, my Switch ain't working. Need my Switch repaired. They send it out for you. Or I need exchanges, and they exchange it, and you get a newer Switch. Something goes wrong with the old one. It happens. So now you don't have to go to any other. You can go there or Apple, Sony. You sell Sony products. Walkman, not Walkman, but Sony MP3 players, Sony PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5s, Sony games, obviously, Sony merchandise, other headsets, Bluetooth, wireless headsets, whatever like that. And Microsoft would be the interesting one. I think would be better because I have a lot of stuff there. But I think GameStop's going down. It's just going to take them a while to really realize it because they hit the iceberg. The iceberg hit them. They didn't prepare for D&D, digital distribution. They didn't plan for that. They didn't plan for that blowing up like it did. And they're taking on water faster than they can pull it out. Yes, they got rid of 25. They may save $25 million, and maybe it nudged the ship up a little bit above water. But you still got to understand they're still going. They still have the 600 or 500 million dollars they lost 2018, that whole year, and that's just pulling them back down a little more deeper than what they've so fast. They're sinking faster than they're actually putting them back up again. And to really not sink ship anymore, they have to do something. And yeah, GameStop is done in my mind. I haven't shopped in a while. I only buy Game Pass because I can get it there for I can get it there and turn in my $5 certificate and get it for like 50 something dollars instead of the whole $60. I'll save me about $5 because you get that $5 certificate every month. If you don't use it, you lose it, kind of thing. So I go in there and buy that or Game Pass or Gold. I'll buy 3 months of Gold and get I think $5 cheaper because I use that. Since I'm saving more money. I can buy that and get that taken care of. But yeah, it's something you might want to look into, guys. Doing GameStop. If you work there, I would highly recommend looking for something else to do if you're living. But I give you Godspeed in your future endeavors. But I don't know what to tell you. Like Toys R Us, just like Toys R Us and Radio Shack and Circuit City, GameStop failed to change with the times. And when the focus, I know it's a little longer than I said it would be, but when the focus of the public is going this way, and if in Circuit City, Toys R Us, Radio Shack didn't want to go that way, they want to go this way, and you don't see them around you anymore. You might see them up in Canada, but that's about it. That being said, though, is GameStop going to be dead this year? No, I don't think. They'll probably be dead probably next year, maybe a year after that. By 18 months from when this video is made to 18 months, I give it. It's about a year and 8 months. I think that they'll probably be shutting down stores here straight soon. The hemorrhage save a lot more money because there's hemorrhage and there's bleeding money. And it doesn't matter what they do, voodoo chants, pray to God, doesn't matter now because they should have been doing this changing day one. It reminds me of Atari and why Atari had issues. When they first, Bushnell said when they sent out the first Atari 2600, he was thinking about the future. And companies like Radio Shack, Circuit City, and now GameStop and Toys R Us, well, recently, did not change with times. They did not see the iceberg coming until it's too late. Try to turn, and they already hit it. Doesn't matter. Turning don't matter. And they put in panic mode. And they fire a bunch of people and they run around trying to put out these fires and solve problems. The way you can solve problems is you're going to have to do something else. Sell retro gaming stuff. Just sell shirts and lunch boxes, but sell some retro gaming. Just sell some Neo Geo stuff. Sell some Sega Saturn, Sega, you know, Master System stuff. I know it's crappy, but you got to go back in the past and try to get people who are adults now, who are kids back in the 80s and early 90s. I'm gonna buy a Super Nintendo from GameStop. I haven't had one in a long time. I'm gonna buy one. Or Sega Master System. I never heard of it. I never played it before. I might buy that. You might trinkle some people in, but at least it's better than nothing. But I don't think any way is saving GameStop unless one of the companies I mentioned buy them out and change them into one of their stores. Then hopefully the people who work there will be grandfathered into the new companies. To whoever does, I don't think any company I mentioned would, because they couldn't find a buyer from the person who, say, Top Topic, wasn't going to buy them out. Changed his mind about buying them. Just tell you something. That when an investor don't want to buy you, some reason why, buy your company, because it's hemorrhaging money faster than they can keep it, and that's why GameStop, in my mind, will be dead in 18 months, around 18 months, 2 years, by about 6 to 18 months. You start seeing store closings or hinting soon. Once that happens, they're on a downward spiral, and I hope they can save it, but it's too late for that. One other thing though, before I go though, I'm just doing it now to be out the way. Um, the condolences to El Paso and to Dayton, Ohio, shooting victims, families that lost their loved ones. And shame on the Republicans and Democrats for blaming video games once again for something that had nothing to do with video games. The individuals who were supposedly liberals, non-liberals, whatever they were, anti-Trump supporters, Trump supporters, whatever. Um, but I do have condolences to the families. I do pray that the Lord will give them strength in the days, weeks, months, and even years after this, that they will not get bitter and blame him, blame God. I mean, and will not blame anybody else. They will have hatred not towards the enemy, not towards the person at all that killed their family member, but have peace and love in their heart towards that individual. But that's my condolences, and I believe that by saying this, I'm not going to say, well, just thoughts and prayers, and I'm going to say that you can get through this. People have lost individuals in car accidents and suicides and murder, and I never understood it myself how people can, soldier on like that, but a lot of people have proven me wrong. A friend of mine lost family members, and they soldier on. The best favorite member they ever had known passes away, and they soldier on. I couldn't do it. I'd be in tears, blubbering for a year because I wouldn't be able, but it's me. I'm not as strong as they are. Um, but my condolences for Ohio and El Paso. And the person in El Paso, they said that this attorney is going to seek the death penalty in that case. And I think the case warrants it. I think going into a Walmart and shooting people because of their ethnic background or whatever it is, if that doesn't bleed racism, doesn't bleed, does not bleed, if that doesn't bleed that type of hatred, I don't know what does. And I believe, folks, there is a demon out there, a demon that are in Satan's out there. I believe that he's getting people to do these things, but by planting the seed of hatred in people's hearts. Once you let this go harden, this has no control. Your mind has no control. When your heart goes hardened, it becomes black or just dead because of hatred. Your mind is gone. I know they're not connected together, but they are. Biologically they are, but spiritually and mentally they're two different things. But I believe that reason alone, we need to start thinking about loving each other and not just trying to hate each other. But guys, this is Christ 169 saying peace, love. I thank all of you for watching my video. If you watched it and like what you see, like, subscribe down below, turn notifications on, ring that bell so you know my videos are available. I finally fixed the issue with my headset not working. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace, love. See you guys later.